Hello and welcome. My name is John Michael Collins. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. The music you just heard is fun, upbeat, and kind of depicts me. It was provided by my friends Marino and Noah Correa, who are part of a company called CinemaSonic. Head over to their website down in the description to find out how you could get quality audio and visual works for your next project. All I can just say is, wow. To think how I am one vote out of all the registered voters who actually vote in our country. It's mind-boggling. It can be stressful. It can be frustrating. A nation, a people group so divided on what's important, it's really hard. And I'm not here to go into what I am for or against. I'm here to, hopefully just by talking, alleviate some of the pressure that I am going through and that you are probably going through. But just realizing that we are really all in this together. Whatever happens, whatever happened, every day whatever happens. And as you probably know by now, my hope and my faith rests in Jesus Christ. He is truly in control. And so I could either be fearful about tomorrow, be watching the statistics on what's going to happen, or I could try to continue to somewhat have a peaceful day. Because I know that I'm not the only one who is trying to keep their head straight. I walked outside today. I didn't run, but I went for an early evening walk around the little oval thing. Hopefully by next week I'll have an update as far as how long it actually is. It was really nice because tonight I was able to walk around it once, and during my walk I was like, you know what, let's keep going, because I felt like this conversation wouldn't be over with myself. You know, I bet if I keep going and keep talking that my life will change forever. And it did. Completely kind of unrelated to politics and what's going on. Just something that's been on my mind recently. My priorities, what I want to do, stuff like that. And then we got to the end of the second lap. And I was like, okay, let's go again. And by the way, as I was walking, I didn't have my phone on me. Oh my gosh, it was so peaceful. Well, as peaceful as it could be. And then, what do you know, at the end of the third lap, I kept walking. And that was great. I capped it at 4 laps, and then I walked back inside. And I think it had an orange or clementine. No, I walked back inside and I read a script, or I was reading a script that I have a couple lines in, which is super cool, and I'm grateful for. Then looked back at the election results. Okay, I also discovered on that walk, I need to start recognizing when I'm in a good mood to do something. One of those main thoughts was, I am in a good mood, or at the time, it's been like a couple hours now since I came inside, I was like, I think I'm in a good mood to record. Let's do it. And then I got a little tired and sleepy, and so here I am. But I'm still in a good mood, as compared to last week where I was just like weighed down by some stuff. This walk today was nice because it helped me to release some of that stuff. So if you heard me or remember me talking about Riley, my fern, often things that Riley goes through are some way similar to what I'm going through. Like the hurricane that came through, one of them, Riley had a whole bunch of fronds that just got battered by the wind, and she got so dry that she was drooping, and I took some of the stems off. Now I'm like, that's kind of representative of what's going on right now. Speaking of right now, I'm here to talk to you about other things, specifically experiences from my life. I'm just here to audibly write in this vocal journal. If you are just joining, this podcast is a personal and therapeutic tool that I call a vocal diary. It's a space for me to process thoughts, explore stories, and post them for anybody who might be interested. hopefully inspiring someone. I'm not doing this for any type of social gain or to be a better human. I'm just doing it. It's fun. Some weeks are harder than others, but it's okay. Because we all need something right now this whole year, all the time, we need something to be working our creative, not even our creative selves, but just our minds. I think we need to be working them in some way that's a little off the norm, like the normal. Something that personally gives you your uniqueness instead of just being normal. Episodes 1 and 2 talk about who I am, so if you haven't listened to them, I would recommend that you listen to them. A quick disclosure that's going on tangents may or may not be involved. This show is conversationally true to how I speak. Here we go. Haha! To when I played Halo. Halo is a video game series on Xbox. The original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, however many more Xboxes there will be, and however much longer the Halo games continue to be a thing. A very, very large book series, might I add. I haven't read them, but I would like to. When I first played Halo was actually with my cousin in Iowa. I would go back and visit for the summers before I actually lived there, so we'll just say like I was 14. No. Yeah, either with my cousin or like some friends at school. Halo is a first-person shooter game. You are a character who is basically fighting aliens. I haven't played all the games, so there's a lot more detail that I'm missing. But we all have those things in life that there's just something that we did when we were younger that there's a place in your heart for that. You have a really, really fond memory of it. Halo 3 came out when I was in 9th grade. And I told some or all of my teachers, hey, I'm going to be skipping school so I can get this game and play it all day. I remember one teacher specifically being like, okay, why are you telling me that? Because I want to have some type of purpose because I'm a 9th grader and I don't know what my purpose is. That was just me, a goofball, long, dark hair kid. One of the biggest reasons it has a big place in my heart, in my pastime, was that I would play it a lot with my cousin in Iowa. Often, most summers in my teenage years, before I actually moved to Iowa, I went there for the summer, just to hang out. And it was so much fun, because it was like we would play Halo, we would also play Farmville, like Facebook games, and then we would go outside and farm. I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again right now, that if you don't have something in your life, in your pastime, if you just think that everything was boring up until this point, I would encourage you to try to find something that is not boring, that you actually love to do. Like, maybe it's playing Halo or Flight Simulator or reading or memorizing scripts or going for walks, going outside. As I was going on my walk, I was like, man, I need to do more things. Okay, one of the other reasons that I was taking extra laps is I was like, I need to stay outside right now. I just need this. My soul needs this. It needs it so much. So yeah, Halo. If you haven't played it, you should consider playing it because it's awesome. And it's just, ew, man, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Ooh, I'm excited to talk about that. But before I can talk about that, I have to talk about that. And before that, even, I have to talk about that. To when I think of gravity. I wrote this new script, maybe 5 to 10 episodes worth of topics, because I really actually don't have any plans of where this is going to go from this point on. And I've considered multiple times just stopping, but I also don't want to drop the momentum at the same time. Anyway, gravity. How is that related to gravity? Yes, I was thinking of these topics, and I'm just like, I kind of think about gravity a lot, even when I'm not trying to. It's just kind of in the back of my head. So, one way you can think about gravity is being grounded, electricity grounded, which means that if you get electrocuted, the electricity actually passes through you into the ground. But if you're not grounded, then that electricity can go into you and it can actually kill you. So I would not recommend touching electricity. I'm touching a light bulb right now, but I know it's okay because one, it's not hot. If I look at it, it's very bright. It's my 5000K light bulb. But if I were to touch the components of it, or anything touching the components that are carrying charged electrons, then I would probably die right here. And you wouldn't hear it because I would have to edit it. And if I weren't here, then I wouldn't be able to edit it. It's so easy. It's kind of like we're on the moon. Okay, not everybody's on the moon. We're all on like a different planet, kind of. Depending upon how, I guess you could say, disciplined in controlling your thoughts, you can like picture kind of how grounded you are. On the moon, there's very low gravity, which means like if you jump, like here on Earth, if I jump, I just jumped like half a foot. I know it's not very high. I didn't ever play basketball in school. I was the manager instead, that was actually pretty cool because I got an award. But if you're on a different planet, okay, the moon isn't even a planet, but if you jump on the moon, that same force that I just used to jump here on Earth, I would probably go a lot higher than I did here. So when a thought comes into your mind, say like, oh, let's take a vacation next year. Where are we going to go? Your mind starts painting this picture of like making this list of all the different places you could go. Or say you just won $1 million. Your mind starts making this list of all the things that you could do with that money. You meet someone new, your mind just runs wild. Or you get a new car and you know it can go really fast and you just like feel on top of the world because you feel like you can go anywhere. Any one of those examples, at some point you probably feel like you're on top of the world. Okay, being an actor, you just got a movie part that you love, or maybe you don't even love it, but immediately you're just like, this is awesome. So I do believe it's important to ground yourself to a degree, but I also enjoy being imaginative and thinking and using my creative mind. That's part of who I am. Some people, they don't like doing that, and they are completely grounded, which is okay. It is completely okay because it's healthy to be grounded. If you jump too high on the moon, then you would have to exert enough force downward to propel yourself upward to escape the moon's gravity, which is possible. If you escape the moon's gravity, it's very, very, very likely that you'll be stuck in space forever. I did not even expect talking about gravity in this way. It's really cool. I'm actually proud of it. I feel at peace right now. I haven't thought too much about like my day other than what I've been saying right now. So that's really good. That's awesome. And I'm like crossing my arms and like swaying back and forth. So that's cool. Oh, another cool thing with gravity is like, I like to do this. If you're walking over a bridge where no one's standing below, I like to spit off of it and just like watch it fall. It'd be cool to like drop a brick, but that would be like a lot more destructive and probably bad. I watched a YouTube video where I don't remember what they were dropping off of a dam, like a water dam, a hydropower dam. They were trying to drop it onto a trampoline. I think it was a brick. No, it was a bowling ball. There we go. Go YouTube bowling ball versus trampoline from 165-meter dam. There you go. You can go look that up, and it's kind of cool, but it's also very dangerous. It's a cool idea. It's a cool thought to do because you can really like see how gravity works. You drop this thing, it goes down, but actually there's air like passing over it, so it kind of spins a little bit. It doesn't just go straight down. Airplanes are cool because there's gravity acting upon them. They're moving so fast that they can actually fly, the airplane is designed in such a way that the air's traveling over them and it actually lifts the airplane up. I won't go much more because I won't mansplain to you, because I know some people don't like that. You know who I'm talking to. Do I know who I'm talking to? If you're listening and you don't like mansplaining, I try not to pretend like I know everything. But for the sake of this being a journal, you can say whatever you want to your journal. Gravity. Speaking of gravity, gravity is like, yes, it's like grounding yourself. If you drop something, there's certain gravity acting upon every object. And staying focused in a way is like being really grounded. I never really explored that term much until now. So thank you, podcast. Thank you, listeners, for actually teaching me, explaining to me. To when I tried drawing from imagery. When I thought of this one, I was specifically thinking of trees. So if you go to my Instagram, I have a series of drawings that I drew that part of them, yes, come from an actual image. I utilize images as I'm drawing them to like help me continue. One of the drawings I was trying to draw a lion. I was at church in Minnesota and I was just kind of feeling this sense of being lost, not really knowing which way is up, just feeling really disoriented. I don't think I've ever pet a lion. I've definitely petted a cat. So it's a little easier to like draw a cat from your imagination. Imagery, imagination. Those are two things what I'm really going for here. Say you work with trees every day. You're an arborist, a tree surgeon, and you just one day decide to draw a tree. It's hard. It's difficult. That's really all I kind of gotta say with that is it's difficult to draw things. Even from an image. When I was younger, I would draw things, and I would take the pencil and try to hold it in different ways to make the image like pop out of the paper. That's definitely not how it happens. It all comes from your imagination. How you process, that's why your imagination is important. Because maybe if you just try to draw from an image, it's not going to have too much character. Where the character comes in is you actually put the character into the drawing. So my drawings, if you're looking on my Instagram, they actually come from visions that I've had in the past. Just like a quick image that kind of flashes in my imagination out of nowhere. Now, while I'm drawing it, I listen to Christian worship music. It puts me in a mental state where I'm just at peace. It's just me and God. And I like to say that it's actually His Spirit that is drawing through me. So if you're an artist, try to pay attention to how you're able to process whatever it is that's in your mind and how to make that come to life. Drawing is really hard. I don't know why it's so hard. I think because we don't exercise our imaginations enough. I encourage you, I plead with you, I beg you to find ways to explore your imagination. Maybe it's uncomfortable. Maybe you don't know how to do it. I think most times when I explore my imagination, it's like my imagination's exploring me in a way. We have each been uniquely given a gift, many gifts, that are within you that will help you get where you need to be in life. They are each unique to every individual who has walked, currently walks, and will walk this earth. I really, 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 really want to thank you from the deepest part of my heart for tuning in to this episode. If you liked it, please share it with your family and friends and to anybody and everyone you know. Also, if you don't mind, head over to my website, which is my creative portfolio, johnmichaelcollins.com. The light from the sun is reflecting off the moon and into our eyeballs. Thanks for listening.